Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of We're Screwed, or also known as AKA Three Bearded Bastards. We were joking about that before because we all have these awesome beards. Anyway, we're going to have a fun show tonight. Tonight's going to be really, really cool. I mean, we could talk about the drones again. We could talk about, executive orders. But the way I look at it, dude, Trump's back in the White House. All is right with the world. So let's have some fucking fun, right? Today, we're going to play a game. This is a game called Would You Rather. Now, I don't know how you actually play this game. There's a whole bunch of shit that came in this box. There's a spinner and little tokens and all. I don't care about any of that shit. What I care about is these cards. There's a deck of cards, and basically it gives you two absurd scenarios, and you have to choose between each one, like which one you'd rather do. Hence the name. So I thought that'd be a fun little show. Is we'll go through these cards here. Not all of them, obviously, because there's a shit ton of them, but we'll go through some of them and kind of go around the table here and figure out what we'd rather do. So, with that being said, let's start going. Okay, the first scenario. Oh, this is a nasty one. Would you rather lick a city sidewalk or lick the inside of a stranger's nose? What we'll do is we'll go Andy, then old boy, and then me for each one. So, Andy, go ahead. Would you rather lick a city
Sidewalk.
sidewalk or inside of a stranger's
Sidewalk.
nose?
Nothing else.
What do you think, old boy?
I'm going to have to go with the sidewalk. Sorry. I have to agree with him.
Yeah, I think I'm a sidewalk guy myself on this one. I mean, probably the inside of the stranger's nose might be better as far as sanitary, you know what I mean? I mean, you got dust particles that build up on your nasal hairs, but it's just gross to think about. But think about all the shit that's on a city sidewalk. I mean, literally, people walk their dogs, they shit, and they piss on that, and just people's shoes and walking around and all the stuff that. They're both gross, but I think I'd go sidewalk as well. All right, next one. Ouch. Would you rather poop out actual bricks or piss out tiny razor blades? What do you think, Sandy?
That one's tough.
Either way, it's not a good day.
Damn. I'd say
Basically, it comes down to what do you care about more, your asshole or your dick? What's more important?
I would say probably the brick. I'd have to shit the brick, man. That's what I'm thinking. They could sew that shit back up.
What do you think, old boy?
Old boy would know. He's probably had to get a couple stitches.
You know what, dude? That's a hard one, but I'm probably going to go shitting bricks because I need my dick. So, sorry. I'm probably going to stay with that.
Yeah, I think, like I said, they'll both suck. But I think the asshole's the better route there, simply because it stretches. Like your butt is made, like your sphincter is made to expand, to pass feces out. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's substantial. You know what I mean? So it stretches and kind of goes back a lot better than the penis does. So I think the brick would be the less damaging of the two. I don't know about the less painful. They both would really suck. But I think it would be the less damaging overall. All right, let's see what this one says. Ooh, this one's nasty too, man. Would you rather wear a stranger's dirty underwear or use a stranger's old toothbrush? Look at Andy. He's like, I'm going to be sick.
Underwear. Underwear. I can wash that shit off, but I can't fucking get whatever comes off that toothbrush, man. Might get in the bloodstream or anything else. Might be some shit, give you mouth herpes. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
What if you knew they had an STD?
Ooh, man, I guess that would be. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, yeah, because you can get it in fluid or whatever, I guess. So, yeah, but if they had an STD, wouldn't you get it in their mouth too? It wouldn't matter either way.
I don't know.
You know? Yeah, like, I think so. I think that, like if you kiss somebody with herpes, you know what I'm saying, or AIDS, you get it. But you stick your pecker in them and stuff, and there's fluids transferred, you get it there too. So I'd still go with underwear.
What do you think, old boy?
For one, you can't get AIDS by kissing somebody. It's very, 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 very rare. And very. Two, this is how you get out of it. You take the old toothbrush, you get some mouthwash, and you fucking dunk it in there for 2 minutes, and then it cleans it all off, and then you can use the toothbrush. See,
That
smart.
wasn't part of the scenario, because I would have said just hot boiling water. I would have done it.
No, but he also said not washing underwear either. He said to wear them dirty, so you can't get out of which. So I would probably use the dirty toothbrush, because he never said what the rules are on it. So he never said we couldn't do that though. So I actually am right. I'll just clean off the toothbrush and then just use it after that. So that it's it there. If there isn't roll, I'll just use the water and hot, and it still will probably get most of whatever is on there. And if you use mouthwash, then
Well,
you
you
really
could clean the underwear too, like that. Then you could use the underwear to clean the toothbrush.
true. So I'd probably take the toothbrush.
Yeah, for me, like the toothbrush seems gross on the surface, right? But if you think about what you use a toothbrush for, like you're putting toothpaste on it, which is like a cleaner. So it might be all right. You know what I mean? The dirty underwear would be kind of gross, but at least that's not in your mouth. Like the toothbrush is in your mouth, and that's going to kind of do the old gag reflex. You're going to get a little nauseous thinking about it. It's
That was the winner. I mean, that was the whole deal
yeah.
breaker.
I think I'm going underwear. Even though I think the toothbrush would probably be the smarter choice to make, I don't know if I could get past it, like stomach wise. Like I think it would probably make me like hurl. You know what I mean? To stick somebody's old nasty toothbrush in my mouth. All right, here's a good one. Would you rather drink moldy milk from a glass? So I guess they're saying like rotten milk from a glass, or fresh milk straight from the udder of a cow.
That's easy. I've done one of them. Right from the cow, man. I haven't put my lips on the udder, but I was literally stood there and they squirted it in my mouth when I was a kid to show me what I was getting ready to do. Like I wasn't scared for what I was milking, the substance. I was scared of like the cow kicking me or something. But they thought I was scared of that. And he said, open your mouth. And he literally pulled it up, went like that right in my mouth, And he said, what's it taste like? I said, warm milk. So there's my answer.
What do you think, old boy?
I think I'd probably take the milk. Same thing. Even though it's disgusting, I'll just deal with it.
The most disgusting thing about the cow is not drinking the milk from the udder necessarily, it's what is with the milk in the udder. That's the problem. Because for people that aren't farmers who've never had cattle, you get a lot of pus along with your milk. And when it goes through the process, once you actually milk the cow, look at this, milk the cow. That's not how you milk a cow. That's how you milk a bull. You know what I'm saying? When you milk the cow, the pus gets in there too, but it separates in the bucket. So you can skim that shit off. But you do get some pus with every time you milk a cow.
I worked at a milk plant, and what it's called, they call it cow water. They call it the water.
Yeah, well, that shit's nasty.
It's mixed with it. You know what you smell from that plant? That's where all that goes to. That's the cow water. They separate the milk and cream or whatever they're going to use from the cow water. And that cow water is like literally, that's what milky. It's like a very thin.
That's probably the whey, though, you're talking about.
You can use it for that. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it kind of looks like cloudy water. That's about the easiest way I could say it. But that shit stinks, man. So, but I'd still take it from the teat.
I think I'd take it from the teat, too. Simply because I'm drinking. Shit, I am not with it today, guys. I am tired. I have drank rotten milk before, and it is gross. And I don't think I'd want to do that again. So I think I'm definitely sucking on a cow's titty. I think that's my choice here. All right, let's see what this one is. Ooh, neither one of these are good, guys. I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. These both suck. Would you rather gargle with ghost pepper hot sauce or brush your teeth with toilet water?
They don't really say, because I keep my toilet pretty clean, but there's still chemicals in there. I think I'd go with the ghost pepper. I think I would, because you're going to get over that shit without any recoil other than just burning later on, I guess. But toilet, man, it depends on what toilet we're at. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it's like down here at the KFC or something, fuck that. I'm going, I might roll the dice at my own home, but that's about it.
What do you think, old boy?
Probably take the chili pepper, bro. I'm not going for drinking for turds. That's Andy's job. I'm probably gonna drink the damn pepper. It's gonna burn my mouth, but I'll just go that way.
All right, so I'm going to be the rebel here. Y'all are going to think I'm disgusting, but I don't like hot stuff. I am not a guy that enjoys spice. Fuck spice, man. I'm a bitch when it comes to hot sauce. So, like, sriracha fucks me up. Like, sriracha, I'm like, oh, Jesus. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine a ghost pepper sauce. Fuck that. And a nice little survival tip for you guys, you can actually drink from the back of your toilet. That is clean, potable water. Now, it didn't specify whether it was the tank of the toilet or the bowl. So since it didn't specify, I'm saying I would do the tank of the toilet. That's what I would drink. And that would be perfectly fine because in a survival situation, you can drink that water. It's comes straight from the pipes just like it does out of your tub or just like it does out of your sink. And it fills up the back of that bowl, and the back of that bowl never gets like piss or shit in it. So, I mean, I'm sure you got fecal coliform bacteria on the outside because it's in the bathroom. But I think the inside should be fairly safe as long as you're not opening it up too much. So I would choose to drink from the back of the toilet instead of gargle that damn ghost pepper hot sauce because I just couldn't. I couldn't do it, man. I am not that strong. Okay. Sorry. Would you rather wear a thong bikini to a wedding? The reason I'm laughing is when I read this, I just pictured old boy dancing around in a thong bikini at somebody's wedding because this crazy ass would probably do it. Would you rather wear a thong bikini to a wedding or a parka to hot yoga?
What was the last one? A parka?
Yeah, a parka like an Eskimo winter coat to a session of hot yoga.
I mean, I would probably do the thong just because I'm do shit like that, and that wouldn't bother me. I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I would do it. I would pick that out. I would actually prefer to do that just because of what the impact that it's going to have. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen the video of the guy that his daughter, their TikTok group, and the daughter finally found somebody that's treating her nice and stuff like that. And anyway, the wedding was a big deal, and all these people were watching it live, and her dad's walking her, and literally by accident his pants hit the fucking ground, man, like right in the middle of the church, right halfway down the aisle and stuff. And it's like, but what made it worse is they had some skids. So that's what the worst part of it was. But hell yeah, I'd wear it loud and proud, man, a thong.
What do you think, old boy?
Fucking, I don't like yoga. I'll probably just wear the fucking thong. Fuck it.
I love how his problem with the idea is not wearing the thong or not the Parker. He just doesn't like yoga. He's like, fuck yoga. I think I would. I don't know. Like, I don't like thongs because I don't like that string going up your ass, like in your butt cheeks. That bothers me. That's annoying as shit. But the hot yoga would probably make you pass out, most likely. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of heat. So I'd probably do the thong too, just for the fun of it. I mean, I would have no problem wearing a thong. Hell, I grew up in Germany, dude. So we would go to nude beaches and topless beaches and stuff like that. I ain't got no issue with nudity or anything like that. So I think I would be perfectly fine in a thong, even at a wedding. I don't get embarrassed. So
I'd wear it
oh,
some bitch backwards.
there you go. Well, you wouldn't need to cover much. I mean, you'd be covered.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, here's another nasty one about milk for some reason. There's a lot of these about milk. Would you rather drink soda from your friend's shoe, like one of us? Would you rather drink soda from one of our shoes, or would you rather drink spoiled milk?
I'll take the shoe any day over that.
Give me your motherfucking shoe, James. I'm drinking some soda out of there.
You better be thirsty because I wear a big ass shoe. I wear like size 14 extra wide. So you better have yourself a drink if you want that, man.
And it's usually a boot.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Well, I mean, they do that over in Australia. I mean, they take drinks of beer out of people's boots. So, I mean, it would be gross, but it'd be better than drinking spoiled milk. That shit's just nasty. I couldn't handle it. So, I'm down for the
Where
boot shot.
is that in Alaska, man? Have you seen that in Alaska where they have like a dead man's finger in the bottom of the drink and you take a shot?
No, I
And
didn't
that
see
where it
that.
is? Yeah, it's over in Alaska. It's in Alaska. I can't remember. I think it had something to do with the bobsledding or something, but they call it, I can't remember what they call it, but it's literally a human finger and they put it in the bottom of the drink, man, and yeah,
Ugh.
I don't know, but yeah.
Okay, would you rather discover your neighbor has a telescope pointed at your bedroom, or discover that they like to sunbathe nude?
I'd rather discover that they sunbathe nude because bodies are beautiful no matter what they are.
There you go. That's just have one of those messages like we see in the '80s where they have some inspirational bullshit thing come on, and then that rainbow would come up. Ding, the more you know. Go ahead, old boy.
Probably the same thing he just said. That's probably the best thing, I think. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
Bodies are beautiful.
This one's weird because like there's not really a bad option on this one. You know, like the other ones, there's one that really sucks and then one that just kind of sucks. This one's not bad at all. Like I don't care if my neighbor wants to watch me through my window. What do I give a shit? You know, they're enjoying themselves. Cool. And then if to find out that your neighbor likes to sunbathe nude, that's pretty awesome as well. So I think that's a win-win. I think I would go with probably the nude one because at least that way you benefit. You know what I mean? If they're looking in your window, you ain't benefiting nothing. You know, they're just getting their thrills looking at you. Oh, this is a weird one, dude. Okay, would you rather have three big eyes or have two big mouths?
I'm thinking eyeballs.
Why?
No, I mean, two big mouths, man. That's like,
Too many mouths to feed.
well, that and it's like, you know, the mouth, like when you catch any kind of disease or cold or anything like that, is through the mouth. So I'm thinking of it like that. I mean, it'd probably be pretty cool, like when you would talk, if both of them talked at the same time. You know what I mean? That would be kind of cool. But, you know, if you got in a threesome, you could do both of them at the same time and lick them. You know, but I think I'd still go with the eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? I just think that sounds a little bit more to me sanitary, as in, I don't know. I just think with, you know, with the mouth, I think a lot of things could go wrong there. You know, the worst thing you could do is they poke one of your eyes out or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But the mouth, you know, no. 3 eyeballs.
What do you think, old boy?
In my situation, I'm going to need both mouths. And another thing is that's double the pizza, double the sandwiches you can eat. Man, we could and double the shit talking. And I mean, like I said, Andy kind of brought up a situation with threesomes. Yeah, now you got 2 different tongues. And in my situation, it kind of would be perfect, but it is what it is. I'm probably going with 2 mouths. Plus, I like to eat, so that would be perfect for me.
I have so many questions on this one. Like, it sucks that that's all it is. It's just that, right? Like, I have so many questions. Okay, you got 2 mouths. Does that mean you have 2 throats? Like 2 digestive tracts? 2 butts? I mean, you double poop? I mean, how does it work? You know what I mean? It's interesting. And can you taste with both at the same time? Because if you could taste it with both at the same time, dude, you could do all kinds of amazing things. You could do like vanilla ice cream in one, apple pie in the other. You could do vanilla ice cream in one, root beer in the other, make a root beer float inside your face. I mean,
Rum in
cool
one, Coke in the other one.
There you go. I mean, you could make all kinds of combinations. And then
my question is, if you would have 2 tongues too, would both have a full set of teeth? You know,
there you go.
Stuff like that.
3 eyes. Does that mean you can see better? Because I'd like to be able to see better. My old ass, I got to wear these spectacles all the time to read, and I can't have see the shit anyway when it's real little, because I won't wear bifocals because I get like motion sickness from them. All that blurry shit's weird. Can't handle that. But yeah, I think I would go with the 3 eyes because I would want to see better. You know what I mean? Because as you get older, your eyesight kind of goes to shit. So I think it'd be kind of cool to be able to see a little bit better than I do now. Would you rather have your pants drop during a volleyball match or have your pants split halfway through a bike marathon? Would you rather have your pants drop during a volleyball match or have your pants split halfway through a bike marathon?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it that probably you would have at least your junk covered up if your pants dropped, because you'd have to have a jock strap at least, if nothing else. So I'd go with the pants dropping. I mean, neither one of them are really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, neither one of them is really bad. But I have had, short story, I was doing a potato sack race where 2 of you or in the potato, no, it was potato sack race. And anyway, I went to switch with my partner, and it was a church function. And when I pulled my pants down, or pulled the sock off, my pants went right with it. So kind of been there already, I guess.
What do you think, old boy?
What kind of fucking racing are you doing? Yes, that didn't just did not sound right. You know what? Even if your pants rip, they're not going to see the front of your. So what you could do is you're on a bike, you can get away, you can ride off somewhere. If your pants drop and you don't have a jock, everybody's going to see that, and you'll never leave that down. At least if you slip your pants, you can get out of the race and go get some towel or something to cover yourself. I'd probably go with splitting the pants, man.
See, I'm the opposite of you guys, man. I'm the opposite. I'm going to big brain this one. Here's the reason. I would rather have my pants fall down during a volleyball match because that's temporary. Your pants fall down. Oh, shit, my pants fell down. You grab it, you pull them back up, you're good, right? Your pants split. They're split. You ain't sewing them back up in the middle of a bike marathon. So now you got to ride the rest of that bike marathon with your ass hanging out. You know what I mean? So it's one that's a temporary split-second thing. You can pull your pants right back up. And then the other one, you just got to deal with it for half a marathon. So I'd rather get it over with and be done and pull my pants back up. And I'm no stranger to my pants falling down. You know, because I wear a pistol on my side like 24 hours a day when I'm out and everything. So that weighs down because I carry a 357 Magnum, and it weighs down your pants. So here's a story. Andy wanted to tell a story. Let me tell a story. I went to the dollar store to pick up a couple things. Now, I didn't grab a cart because I never grab a cart when I go to a dollar store. But they do have those little baskets. But I didn't need a basket. I was only getting like two things. So I go in and I go and I get the two things that I'm supposed to get. I'm supposed to get a pack of batteries, right? And I'm supposed to get cold medicine for my wife. Okay, I got the cold medicine. I got the pack of batteries. So I'm gonna walk in and check out. Well, wait a minute. Here's some donuts. Let me get that pack of donuts. And let me get this thing here, these chips, and let me get this, and let me get that. Next thing you know, man, I got literally my arms are full of stuff that I'm carrying around like a dumbass because I didn't grab a basket because I thought I was only getting two things. So I'm walking up to the front, and my pants, I can feel them slipping. And I'm trying to like widen my legs as I walk and do some weird sumo walk through the store to try to keep my pants from hitting the floor because I know it's coming because I can feel it working its way down my hips. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. So I get up to the line and there's a line of people. And then my pants hit the floor. They went all the way down and I'm standing there and I didn't even pull them up because I'm not dropping all this stuff. So I just stood there holding all my groceries, waiting to get checked out. And you know something? Most of those people got the hell out of my way in that line and I got to go next, which was actually a good thing. So now when I go to the dollar store, I'm going to like loosen my belt a little bit so that I can get through the line without having to wait. But so that's why I would rather have my pants fall down during a volleyball match. I think that's a much better option. Okay, next. Oh, this one's tailor made for old boy. This is wonderful. Would you rather be chased by zombies or find yourself trapped in a room with a clown?
Clown. I ain't afraid of no fucking clowns, so clown's fine by me.
What do you think, old boy?
I'll beat the. You know what? Those zombies are one that would run out. That I lock me up in a room and I'll beat the fuck out of the clown, bro. I'll headbutt him, and that's why I said I'd rather do the clown so I can beat the shit out of them because they smell like cabbage and they scare little kids. That's why I don't like clowns, man. I never have. They're weirdos, and I'm not saying people do it. They do it for a living. It's just I just never really cared for clowns altogether. Even though I like Art the Clown, what's weird, but he kills people in really crazy ways, so that's why. But I really don't like clowns. Never have. Just don't like him. No, I'd probably headbutt his ass, and that would be the end of it. And that was why I said I'd rather take the clowns, because zombies, dude, you can only do so much, man. There's so many. Eventually, you're going to get overtaken. So I'm not going to sit there and get eaten. I'll probably take my own life because I'm not going to get eaten by something. So I'd probably rather beat the shit out of a clown.
I think I'm going to go opposite of you guys again on this one. Not because I have anything against clowns or I'm afraid of clowns. I don't care about clowns. Like, I'll hang out with a clown all day long. Clowns are awesome. You know what I mean? I got no issue with a clown. But the zombie thing, dude, ever since I first saw Night of the Living Dead when I was a little kid, the original black and white, right? Ever since I saw that movie, I have wanted to be in a zombie apocalypse. I just think it would be so awesome to walk around with a baseball bat, just fucking beaning zombies. Blam, blam, blam. I know I'll probably die, but I just want to do that so bad. You know what I mean? It looks like so much fun. So I would choose the zombie apocalypse, running from zombies and beating the shit out of them with a baseball bat, over hanging out with some boring clown all day. I think that's what I would do. All right, what's this one say? Would you rather be left completely alone for a year or have constant company for a year? So all by yourself for a year or constantly surrounded by people for a year?
Man, that's a tough one because I enjoy socializing, but also like my private time too. Lately, I've been more by myself. I mean, I got, the boys here, but a year's a long freaking time, man. I mean, see, like exactly what we were saying, this kind of leaves, like I could go hiking for a year by myself, man, and be content. You know what I'm saying? Or do something, to that point, or travel cross country in a car or something, by myself. But like if I'm in a house or something like that, it would get tough. But I think I would say by myself for a year. I think I could entertain myself a lot better like that, because you'd probably get irritated as fuck with people that were around you for a year. The conversation we was just having about roommates a while ago. So I'm going to say by myself.
What do you think, old boy?
I couldn't be by myself all year. It's not going to happen. I just not that kind of person. I know James could be in heaven, but because I have family and stuff, I couldn't do it. So I have responsibilities, and I like being alone sometimes, but I would get bored, and I know how I am. I get stuck, and I would want to go do something. So no, I'd just deal with it with people coming over.
Yeah, I'm 1,000% by myself for a year. I'm 1,000%, man. I'm down for that. Don't threaten me with a good time. That's like my dream vacation, bro. I used to go when I was younger. I used to go out in the swamps and the forests and stuff all by myself for weeks, months at a time. And I just hate having to come back to society and civilization again. I would love to just be able to, like, my dream was always to buy a big plot of land way up in Alaska somewhere, out remote Alaska, away from people, and just run a trap line and just live out there all by myself, eat what I catch, you know what I mean, and just sell furs to make a living. That's what I wanted to do. I never made it there because life gets in the way, but 100%, man, by myself for a year would be a dream. I cannot stand being around a lot of people. And it's funny because what I do for a living, like I was a musician for a long time, then I became an author, would have to go do book signings and all that kind of stuff. And now we do like shows where we talk to a big audience. But like that's work. You know what I mean? Being by myself in my free time is what I would rather do. So 100%, man. By myself for a year is an amazing, amazing idea for me.
Hey,
yeah.
They just made a White House thing. So they said that the drones.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That they all had FAA licenses and they knew exactly what they were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then.
Yeah, I know.
Just come across my feed. Yeah.
I know everything, brother. When you going to remember that? Oh, this one's nasty. This might be the grossest one we've had yet. Would you rather poop in front of someone face to face, or poop sitting beside someone?
I have done the second one, so I'd say the second one, poop beside someone.
What do you think, old boy?
What was it? Poop beside someone, and what was the other one?
Poop facing someone, like face to face.
Probably beside each other. Same thing. I couldn't staring at somebody, someone behind me, whatever, or side of me. That's fine, but yeah, no one's staring at me. How
fucking awkward that'd be, dude. You're just sitting there trying to drop a log, and you're just looking somebody dead in the face, and just, it's just.
It wouldn't bother me.
Really, it would be so freaking awkward. Like, what do you say? And then what if, like, sometimes when you're straining, like a little fart comes out or something? What happens if that happens, dude? That's like the most embarrassing shit. You're looking somebody dead in the eye. Like, oh, sorry. Screw that. The side by side, I mean, that's actually been done through history. That's how the Romans did it. They had crapatoriums, is what they called them, which is an amazing freaking name. And it was basically just a bunch of toilets side by side. They weren't toilets like we have. They're just seats that you sat on with a hole, but side by side going down the street and in public too, dude. Like not in a stall or nothing, like just out in the public. And they just.
That's where I did it. I mean, I didn't do it in public, but it was a 2-seater outhouse.
Yep. So yeah, that would be fine with me. I wouldn't have an issue with that one. The staring each other in the eyes, though, that's just weird as shit. Another poop one. There's a lot of milk ones and a lot of poop ones.
I think it would be for me with the staring. It depends on who it was. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely not like first date material, though. You don't want to do that on a date or something. That's so freaking awkward. All right. Would you rather walk around with toilet paper sticking out of your pants, or Use soggy toilet paper.
I guess it would be whatever makes it soggy is what one question I would have. But I mean, if it's soggy, man, and you're wiping your ass with it, that's kind of like using a wet wipe, wouldn't it? You know, so if it was like soggy from water, I would pick that. But not knowing that, I would say I'd have to go with out of the hanging out of the back of my pants. So before,
But think about how the toilet paper being waterlogged
if it's
affect,
waterlogged, then I'll use that.
affects the tensile strength of the paper.
True, too.
And those wood fibers break down, your fingers are definitely going through
This
that
is
paper.
true, man. So I would say I'm going to go with the out of the back of the pants. So that's a good point as well.
What do you think, old boy?
Just get a whole bunch of toilet paper, even though it's wet, and then wipe, and then you can wash your hands. It's very embarrassing to see somebody sticking out with a toilet paper. I'll tell you a story. Well, a long time ago when I was at work, we were out in New Mexico doing a job, and this guy came out of the toilet. He had the toilet seat cover hanging out of his ass, and everybody was laughing at him. So that's exactly why I would rather do that.
For me, it would be a question of, like Andy said, why is the toilet paper soggy? Like, if I'm not the one that made it soggy, and this has actually happened before, where you go to a restroom and the toilet paper is kind of damp for some reason. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? Why is the toilet paper damp? Like, that's not normal to happen, right? So did someone piss on this? Did someone drop it in the toilet by accident? What the fuck's going on here? You know, so that would kind of bother me, the not knowing part of it. So I don't think I could do that. So I guess I'm walking around with toilet paper sticking out of my pants, and I'm going to pretend it's a tail. And if anybody questions me, I'm going to tell them I identify as a fucking tiger. And in today's society, you can get away with that shit. So that's what I'm doing. All right, next one here.
Dude, the kids are watching a movie, and as soon as you got quiet, they're watching something, and a big fucking tiger or lion roared right after you said that.
That's awesome.
That's why I looked up. I was like, that was wild.
All right, here's another question. I heard this. This isn't part of the game. This is just an aside. I heard this earlier today on a movie, and it was a weird question, and it made me think because I didn't know there was any difference. They were talking about how people wipe, okay? And there's two parts of this question for you guys. The first part was whether you take the toilet paper and you fold it and you wipe. And then some people just take a wad of toilet paper, bunch it up, and wipe. Like they don't fold it at all. They just bunch it up into a ball and then wipe with the ball. So which way do you guys, what are you? Are you a folder or a buncher?
I'm a folder.
Oh boy.
Folder for me.
I'm a folder too. I've never heard of anybody bunching like that. I think that must be like one of the signs that you're a psychopath. Is if you can't even be bothered to fold your toilet paper like a proper civilized human being, you just bunch it up into a wad, jam it up your ass. That's fucking crazy. And there was another part to that question too. And this one is a friend of ours, John, the one who did our theme music for Staring. He asked me this question one time. Like I've always like when you finish on the toilet and you just kind of lean to the side and you wipe, right? Like that's what I thought everybody does. That's how I was always taught. He stands up after he's done, bends over and wipes. And he thought I was the weird one. Because he's like, he was talking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. You stand up to wipe your ass? He's like, yeah. And I said, that's fucking weird, dude. I've never heard of that before. Why would you stand up? As soon as you stand up, your butt cheeks clap together. And you got more of a job to do. Like when you're sitting on the toilet, you spread each cheek on the toilet seat, and you're primed for action right there, man. You're lined up. Everything's open. Everything's good to go. As soon as you
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I
Because I always thought, man, like people that go between their legs to wipe.
Between
like
your legs?
There's people that do that, yeah. And I'm like, how do they... I mean, maybe a woman could do that, but I wouldn't think that we could. But
how
I just
you
don't
even
see.
Get turned I mean, that's like Satan's gymnastics. How the fuck do you even get in there to do that? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Like you'd think that you're scooping the shit right up onto the back of your sack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not a good thing. So you're a sit down as well, old boy, correct?
Yes, I'd be sitting down. Sorry.
He's probably got a boudet there in his place.
Yeah, I probably do. No,
He's in
I
California. They
agree
ain't
with you.
got no fucking water.
Yeah, they're gonna water. What are you talking about? It snowed, so they finally put the fires out. But yeah, probably the same thing.
Okay, here's the next one. This one's not about poop, thank God. Would you rather press this ominous giant button and get paid $1 million, but you don't know what the button does, but you just got to push it and you get $1 million? So it might trigger a bomb that blows up a bunch of kids. It might do absolutely nothing. It might deliver a shock to your gonads. You have no idea what's going to happen when you push this button. But if you push it, you get $1 million, okay? Would you rather do that or just get 50 grand and walk away? So you got the option to either push the button for $1 million, but it could be something horrible that happens when you push it, or they'll just give you 50 grand and you can walk away. What do you do?
I'd get 50 grand and invest it and make it $1 million. There's my answer.
What do you think, old boy?
Probably the same thing. I'd probably invest the damn money. Why blow it so you can make more, and then put it in certain things and make, like he said, make $1 million. Because if you blow the money real quick, it's done. So you're pretty much screwed. And I've got $50,000 in 5 years. It was gone, so almost gone. Not all of it. I'm pretty good at saving, but I went pretty most of it. So I know how that goes. So I'd rather invest it.
But if you push the button that you don't know what it does, you get $1 million. That was the first part of the question. You can either push a button that it's some ominous looking button. You don't know what it does. It could really hurt somebody, could kill somebody, could hurt you, or nothing could happen when you push it. But if you push it, you get $1 million. So your options are you can push that button or they'll just give you 50 grand to walk away.
50 grand, I can make more out of it. So because you don't know what could happen. It could blow up, and it doesn't matter what you have the $1 million.
Like
You're muted.
I said, some assholes setting you up to push something to do something bad so he doesn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that $1 million ain't gonna do shit for you.
Yeah, see, for me, that's the problem. I don't know what's going to happen when I push that button. Because if it hurts somebody, then I'll feel really bad about that. I don't want to hurt nobody. So I wouldn't do it. I would take the sure thing of 50 grand and nobody gets hurt. That'd be a lot better for me than the $1 million and then somebody potentially die. Okay, would you rather, while traveling, sit next to a baby that just will not stop crying the whole flight, or sit next to someone who won't stop coughing for the whole flight?
Baby. I've been there, but coughing, that means if they're coughing the whole fucking flight, they definitely got something going on that I don't want.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
What do you think, old boy?
I'm sorry, I put some fucking headphones. I'd rather deal with a guy coughing instead of hearing some baby scream and shit. That shit gets on my nerves. I'm just that kind of person. I can deal with the coughing. Somebody has lung problems, that's fine. I'll just fucking put the damn headset on and fucking listen to music. But baby whining and screaming and moving and fussing, you can't stop that.
Yeah, I think I'd go with the baby too. Simply because I don't know what that dude has that's coughing the whole flight. I mean, if it's that persistent of a cough, there's something wrong there, and I don't like to get sick. So I would definitely, I think, go with the baby as well. Even though babies cough, or babies screaming and crying and shit, that's very annoying. But
Hey, as a parent of two boys that raised them, pretty much nobody around as babies, you can tone that shit out after a while. You really can.
That's what I'm thinking is by the end of the flight, you're not even going to give a shit anymore. But if you sit next to someone coughing the entire time, I mean, an airplane is basically just a fucking tube. The air's not going anywhere. So you're going to definitely get sick, and then you got to deal with being sick for freaking weeks or something. So screw that. Baby all the way. All right. Would you rather? This is a weird one. Would you rather fight a dog sized cockroach or a horse sized sewer rat?
Cockroach. because that motherfucker can't bite you. So, you know what I'm saying? That rat can fucking eat you.
Yeah. What do you think, old boy?
I don't like cockroaches, bro. They're fucking dirty, dude. Like, and even rat too. Fuck it, I'll take the rat and I'll fucking kill the motherfucker. Cut his fucking head off. Roaches, man, they can pretty much survive a fucking nuclear blast, bro. Something huge like that, I wouldn't want to fuck with it. I'd just kill the rat.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, is that they always say a cockroach will survive a nuclear bomb and they're so hard to kill and all that. I couldn't imagine having one the size of a damn dog. You know, I mean, yeah, you might beat on it for a long time, but that thing's going to take a hell of a lot of punishment before it finally goes down. Whereas a rat, I mean, you might be able to kick Splinter's ass. You know, Splinter might be good at karate or whatever the hell they were doing, but I mean, you might be able to take it. But a horse-sized rat, that's pretty damn big, though, man. A horse is pretty damn big. You know, but I think I'd still fight the rat over the cockroach simply because cockroaches are notorious for their survivability. Oh, cool, a redneck one. I like redneck stuff. All right, here we go. Would you rather ride a lawnmower to the grocery store or ride a shopping cart to the grocery store?
Lawnmower all day, brother. Lawnmower all day.
What do you think, old boy?
Same thing, lawnmower all day. Fuck that.
See, for rednecks, that's an easy choice. Because, dude, we do that. Like, I have done that before. I've ridden my lawnmower to the grocery store before. You know what I mean? And to get gas and all that kind of stuff. And so that's not, I mean, we race lawnmowers, man. We'll soup them suckers up, put big old engines on them and blowers and shit. And we'll actually have lawnmower races. So, yeah,
Hey.
lawnmower, 100%.
Hey, just to let you know, they're going to start having lawnmower races this year again at Winchester Speedway.
Oh, hell yeah. We got to go.
Okay. I went. I mean, they had them like 4 years ago, and the guy that won topped out at 82 miles an hour.
Damn.
82 miles an hour, dude, in a lawnmower. And I was like, hell yeah. He said, I built it on my coffee table at home. That's exactly what he told when they interviewed him.
That's crazy, dude. I could imagine going like 82 miles an hour. That'd just be the worst. Like on a lawnmower. You don't have the control and the stability to do that.
Well, they set so low, man, to the ground that it keeps them from going because they take all of the they take obviously the blades and all that off, and then some of them had the decks left on them, but a lot of them took the decks off, and that dude had it. The deck was off, and he was slammed like close. But I'll tell you what's even crazier. You know, when they have that the winter something, oh crap, man. Something in the valley where it's that whole weekend of demolition derby.
Mm-hmm.
Derbies. What do they call that?
You talking about during the fair?
No. This is like a whole separate thing. They have it at the fairgrounds, but they call it Bash in the Valley or something, man. I'd have to ask Trevor. But they literally have a lawnmower
demo derby? Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, we watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do that.
But they had it, man. Some chick won. Some big old farm chick won.
All right. Would you rather? Here's another one about poop. There's a lot of these about poop. Would you rather hold a sign saying I poop too much or hold a sign saying I never wipe?
Oh, I definitely use the one that, well, it depends on where you're at. If you're at a pride convention, I'd say I'd never wipe. And that is not a racist or bigoted joke. I mean, but yeah, I'd do the one I'd poop too much.
What do you think, old boy?
I poop too much. Quit being a bigot. I'm just playing with you. I poop too much. That's probably what I would do.
I'm thinking the same thing in a way as Andy, though. Is like it depends on where you are. Because if you're at prison, man, if I'm in prison, I'm definitely holding up a sign that says I never wipe. You know what I mean? Because I don't want anybody smelling around my back door area.
I wouldn't wipe if I was in prison. I'll just tell you that much now.
Well, see, the problem is if you don't, And if you don't shower and all that, because I thought that too one time, like I just won't bathe or anything, dude. I'll just be the nastiest dude you ever seen. But if you do that, man, they grab you and jump you and throw you in the shower and make you clean yourself. That's what I was told. So that would suck. Nothing worse than getting like bathed before you get raped. You know what I mean? It's like the worst thing. Like some big, like a burly guy scrubbing you down so he can take advantage of you. All right, here's a fun one too. Would you rather be trapped inside your favorite movie or trapped inside your favorite book?
I'm gonna say book. I like reading books and making my own movies, if that makes sense, in my own imagination. So I'd say book.
What do you think, old boy?
First off, you better buy my book. Second, I don't know. This one's so fucking hard, dude. I love books, but I love movies so much, man. I don't know. This one's so hard. You know what? I'd probably do the movie because there's certain movies that weren't made in books. I would love to be in the Evil Dead movie. That's one of my favorite movies. So probably movies, even though that's a hard one.
I would say book as well, because my favorite book is the Bible. I love the Bible. I think it's got the greatest stories ever told. You know what I mean? And to be trapped in the Bible wouldn't be that bad at all, man. You get to, because you would think if you're trapped inside the book, that means the whole book. So you're going to get to see all of it. You know what I mean? You're going to get to be on the ark with Noah. You're going to get to see Jonah and the whale. You're going to get to see Abraham. You're going to get to hang out with Jesus. I mean, you got to go through Revelations, which really sucks as well, because that's like the end times, the end of the world. But I think that would be spectacular to be caught in the Bible. That wouldn't bother me at all. So I would choose book. Would you rather feel like you always need to pee or feel like you're always just about to vomit?
Well, being an older gentleman, I would say that the first one I'm probably somewhat can relate to. I would still pick feeling like I have to pee.
What do you think, old boy?
What was the second one?
Like you're always just about to vomit.
Probably the first to pee. Because I can't stand vomiting. I hate gagging. I hate throwing up. It pisses me off, especially when I'm sick. I hate having it. So I actually hate that feeling. So probably the first.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes to be like nauseous and queasy and shit. So I think that's an easy one. That having to pee sucks too. But what if it was like, when you have to really, really pee? Like, say you're on a road trip and there's no place to pull over and you ain't got no bottle to piss in. So you've got to pee, and it's to the point where you're going to jump out the car, and as soon as you pull out your pecker, you're going to start pissing immediately. Like, you'll be lucky if you clear your pants. Like, that kind of urgency, like, I'm about to piss, my pants have to pee. What if it was that constantly? Like, right on the edge of pissing yourself or feeling nauseous like you're about to vomit.
Still the same. I just don't think, because you're going to gag and your stomach's going to fucking be like wrenching up, man. Like, and it's like, yeah, I would say, because also you got, that could go either way, but you got to think you get the cold sweats when you're almost about ready to vomit. But then you could probably be getting sweating period if you really got to piss that bad. So I guess it'd be either or, you know what I mean? But I'd still go with pee.
You still the same, old boy, or are you going to change?
Yeah, because I'll just piss myself, man. I don't like I said, I don't like gagging and throwing up. I hate it. It sucks, dude.
That's kind of where I'm at on it, too. It's like, I'd rather just piss myself. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen when you piss yourself? You get a little chafing because you're wet. You know what I mean? Little diaper rash action going on. That's about it. So, yeah, just piss yourself, man. It'd be much better than being like that nauseous all the time. That would just be horrible. I don't know how women do it. Like women get that when they get pregnant, they get like morning sickness, They call it morning sickness, but it happens like all throughout the day too, in the evening. That would suck, man, to just be constantly throwing up. I think women kind of got gypped on the whole pregnancy thing if you think about it. Like our whole role is rather easy. Like it's actually enjoyable. It's fun. All we have to do is have sex with our woman. That's it. It's simple and it's fun. They have to do all the heavy lifting, so to speak. They have to get sick. They have to get fat. They have to get their body all jacked up. It totally destroys their insides when they have babies. You know what I mean? Like I know so many women that after they've had children, now if they sneeze or cough too hard, they pee a little bit. You know what I mean? So it jacks stuff up down there. That sucks, man. I'm so happy that God made me a man.
Dude, I knew when both women that I got pregnant were pregnant because I got morning sickness. For like with Trevor, it was almost like 2 or 3 weeks, man. And I told her, "You're pregnant." "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." And yes, she was. But Jarrett, same way, man. I woke up sick one morning and just like the same time every morning. And, but she did too. You know what I'm saying? But I had it as well. It just stopped. But for them, it kept going. So I catch what you're saying.
Yeah, the sympathy, nausea, and stuff isn't concerning to me. What was concerning to me is when you started lactating. I thought that's fucking weird. All right. Would you rather always have itchy skin or always have sticky skin?
God, man, that's a rough one because if, nobody wants to keep on scratching at stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then again, if you're sticky, you're going to be collecting everything that you're walking around and it's sticking to you. I'll say scratchy, itchy skin. Now that I think about it.
What do you think, old boy?
You would probably end up getting itchy skin because of all the shit you would collect on the sticky skin.
Yeah.
Probably just like the same thing, itchy skin. I mean, even though that sucks, but like everything you touch starts sticking, everything, that would suck. You get dirty, slimy, you're probably better off being itchy.
I'm going to go opposite with you guys on this one. As someone who has spent a great deal of time in the swamp with tons of mosquitoes, it sucks. Like having constantly itchy skin like that, where you got a bunch of mosquito bites and stuff like that, you just can't stop digging at it. You end up ripping your skin, and it's just terrible, man. You got bloody wounds all over you from scratching all day. And then, especially in a swamp situation, you get a bloody wound like that, then you're in dirty ass swamp water all the time. You're getting infections. It's just not pretty. So I'd much rather just be sticky, even though being sticky is the freaking worst, man. I hate being sticky. Because like you got to wash your hands over and over and over again to try to get whatever the hell made you sticky off of you. And yeah, I hate it too. But I think I'd rather have that than to be itchy all the time. It brings back some times that weren't too fun, man. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in the swamp. A little shelter you build yourself, and you got freaking mosquitoes biting your ass. Ugh. Ooh, this one is another one. It's basically about poop, but it's painful. Would you rather wipe with sandpaper or no toilet paper at all? So would you rather have sandpaper to wipe with or nothing to wipe with?
I got a shirt, so I've got toilet paper no matter what happens. That's my thing. And I guess it would consider what the grit was too. And if it was double-sided, because if you could switch it around to the other side, it might not be as bad. But you can always find something to wipe your ass with better than sandpaper. And that is from living in the country.
Yep.
Same thing. Go find a tree or go find some leaves or something, a piece of plastic on the ground, old paper, something you'll find. You can use your shirt, your underwear. No. I have to agree with Andy.
So what if you weren't allowed to use anything else? It was either sandpaper or nothing.
Jump in the water and wash off.
Now, if you're not allowed, you got to either have sandpaper to wipe with or nothing at all, and you have to just have shit on your ass.
I'd just yank them pants up and roll on, man. At some point, I'll be able to wipe it.
Yep.
That's better than fucking. That's better than having a bloody ass mess with shit as well. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it.
I think I'm with you on that one. I think I'm with you guys. Would you rather be able to fly, but only when you're completely naked, or be able to become totally invisible, all except for your clothes, which always show up?
Fly, because I can fly high up and nobody'd see my ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fly, because they no use, man, to be invisible if everybody sees your damn clothes. I mean, it'd be a good party trick, but you couldn't like sneak in the, locker room or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Of
mean, what's
course,
the
that's where your
use?
perverted ass goes, is the women's
Nah,
locker
I'm just
room.
kidding. Or, I mean, it'd be kind of cool still, because you could go in like the mall and go in a clothes store and just kind of stand real still, or something. But I'd say fly, man. Fly, definitely.
What do you think, old boy?
Fuck no, I'd be invisible because I could fuck with people, dude. Even though it's closed, like you said, I'll just pretend I'm standing there and somebody walk by and fucking smack them.
The other thing you got to think of is if you're flying when you're naked, if you do go too high, it gets colder the higher you go. So it's going to suck with no clothes going up high.
Well, I thought you was getting ready to say about pin shit hitting you like bugs and stuff.
That's true too. I think I don't know. I think I'd rather be able to become totally invisible. Because there's ways around it. Yeah, your clothes would be visible, but like I wear camo most of the time. Like the majority of my wardrobe is camo. So if I'm wearing camo, I've got regular camo, Realtree camo, forest camo. I've got urban camo. So if I put on some urban camo, I can kind of blend in a little bit in the city. You know what I mean? So I mean that might be useful. I definitely wouldn't want to fly because flying, there's just too many things that could happen when you're flying. You know what I mean? There's other shit that flies. There's drones, there's helicopters, there's planes, there's birds. I don't want to run into a bunch of shit. So I think I'd rather be able to become invisible. All right. Would you rather? This is another interesting, weird one. Would you rather press a button to pause whoever you want for however long you want, or be able to undo anything in real life? So, in other words, something happens, a fire happens, you can literally do like this and move time back and make it stop.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I would pick.
What do you think, old boy?
The same thing. I'd probably pick the fire. It just sounds better. It's just my opinion. And I could cook pizzas.
Yeah, this one's a weird one, but like, if you could pause anybody, there's a lot of stuff you could do with that. You know what I mean? You could literally like go to old boy's bank, just pause him and just take all the money. And then just leave. And he just wouldn't be shit he could do about it. Even though he's the one supposed to be guarding it. You know what I mean? But if you could undo anything, that'd be great for saving people. Bad stuff happens, you could just make it not happen, which would be really cool. So I'd probably choose that one too, just because you'd be able to help people.
But you could really go further, and if there's an arson, the guy that's doing it, you could pause him before he would burn it. Set the fire.
If you were there early enough.
Yep.
If you were there early enough. Otherwise, you're just pausing those people burning to death, and they're just stuck burning. So in that case, you are the asshole. All right. Would you rather be royalty in the 1700s or dress like royalty in modern day?
Oh, dress like royalty in modern day. I don't want to be royalty in 1700s because that's some. They had it a little rough back then. It wasn't like even royalty, man, wasn't living. They might have been like, from what I've seen and the history I've read about and stuff. 1700s, man, probably what we would consider today probably low income housing was probably royalty back then. You know what I'm saying? But I would say dress up like them now. Royalty, dress like royalty now.
Fuck that. I'll be a king in the 1700s. I'd be loving it. I'd be royalty. Fuck it.
See, the problem with being royalty in the 1700s is everybody watches movies and TV, and they think that man, that would be the life. You're the king or whatever, so everybody has to do what you say, and you get to run everything, and you're rich and all that. But in reality, man, being a king or queen actually wasn't that great because even though yes, you're the one that's supposedly in charge, you actually have to answer to your feudal lords, and if you don't keep all of them happy, then yeah, exactly, off with your head. We all saw what happened in the French Revolution. We saw what happened to, Marie Antoinette. We saw what happened to a bunch of Henry VIII's wives. You know what I mean? It's not so great to be royalty.
Hey, you saw what happened to Mel Gibson too, buddy. Okay,
Yeah,
and Braveheart. They got him too.
he wasn't royalty though. He was just a dude that was rebelling against England. But yeah, it wouldn't be a good time. So I think I would have to dress like royalty in modern day because at least then yeah you don't have all the money and all the power, but at least you have like modern medicine and you have like pizza, and like fast food and shit like that and video games. You can you can have fun being poor.
A fucking bathroom and a shower. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Okay, last two. Would you rather, for real money, play poker with a friendly dictator, or play Russian roulette with him instead? So would you rather play poker with him for money, where you know you're going to end up losing because he's a dictator and you can't win because he'll kill you, or would you rather play Russian roulette where you got a chance to survive it?
And that's an actual tough one. I still think I would pick cards though. I do. I guess you got all these factors that could go into it, but I still think that I would pick cards because at least you're broke, but you're still living. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think, old boy?
The same thing, because even if I lose, who cares? If even we win in Russian roulette, if he kills himself, they're going to kill you anyway. So whoever's around, so it doesn't matter. You're probably just gonna. I'll lose the money. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the money is not a big deal, and the only danger there would be what if you got like a hell of a good hand, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm going to win this one. But the answer to that is easy. You just fucking fold out, dude. Screw it. But my only concern with that would be my competitive nature. Like I don't like to lose, so if I get like a full house, like aces and kings or something, you know what I mean, or I get like four of a kind or a royal flush, I'm not going to want to fold that out because how often does something like that happen in real life? It never happens to you, It's very rare. So like you get a killer hand like that, how do you just fold that out and say, I quit? You know what I mean? I fold. So, but I would probably still do that. I'd take the cards because at least that way you're good. You lose, you compliment them, you go home to your family. If you play Russian roulette, there's a chance that you don't. All right, last one. This might be the best one of the night, so it's kind of poetic that it ended up this way. Would you rather use only your mouth to open doors for the rest of your life, or use your mouth to flush public toilets for the rest of your life? I think both options suck.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting here thinking that you could at least get toilet paper and stick it in your mouth before you flush. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that might be even worse.
True too.
Think of all the shitty hands that touch that toilet paper.
Yeah, but you got to think. Yeah, I don't know, man. That one, I don't think you're either way is just as nasty as the other one. You know what I'm saying? Because even if it's shitty handle on the toilet, then most likely they probably go to just not whitewash their fucking hands. Think about how many people just walk in, use the bathroom, and don't ever wash their hands. They got to fucking use that door. Man, that's a tough one. Door.
What do you think, old boy?
I'm grabbing the fucking door. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think this is one that's counterintuitive because you would think the toilet would be the grossest one, but probably the door handles have more germs and stuff on it than the toilet would because people's hands are always touching stuff and spreading germs and wiping their fucking nose and coughing into their hand and all kinds of shit. So you're more likely to get sick opening the doors than you would be flushing the toilet because most people, when they flush a public toilet, they don't use their hand. You know, most people, if you're like me, you use your foot. You stick your foot up and you press the thing with your foot. You ain't touching that fucking thing. I don't know who's been on that. You know what I mean? So that would probably be the most sanitary, believe it or not. But I don't know.
Unless you follow up fucking Farmer John after he's done it.
That's true too. And pretty much all of us step in shit every once in a while, especially in the South. You know, whether it's cow shit or dog shit or some kind of shit. You know, there's always shit everywhere. So I don't know, man. Both of them suck. I would probably go door as well, just because the idea of the toilet's worse. You know, but I think probably in all reality, the door would not be the best choice. But that's what I'm going to go with. All right, so now that's the cards. Like we could do more if we wanted to. I still got this many left. You know what I mean? So we could do a shit ton. But I think to end this, let's go around and let's each come up with one of our own and do it that way to end the show. I think that'd be fun. So do you want to start us off, Andy?
Okay. Would you let me think a second. Would you rather pick up a burger out of a trash can and eat it? Or would you rather lick a bathroom floor?
I'd rather eat the burger out of the trash can.
Yeah, 100% the burger. Because most likely that burger is going to be in the wrapper. You know what I mean? And even if it's been bitten off or whatever, that's probably still better than licking a bathroom floor.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, I'll do next. Would you rather lick the whorehouse's floors after a night of work, or or would you rather would be another one, be dumped in a sewer, not like the sewer, but like, you know, that little, you know, a porta potty, and dumped inside for a minute and then let out? What would you rather do?
So you either lick a whorehouse floor.
How far is the Duncan?
All like, the way.
Chest high or up over your head?
All over your head. Duncan in shit.
I think I'm licking that floor, man.
Exactly the same here. Yep, I'm licking that fucking floor.
I'd rather get dunked in shit, bro. Think about that.
All the diseases you're probably going to catch from that, man, getting dumped in feces.
You don't think you're going to catch anything licking a whorehouse's floor with all that jizz?
Maybe, but I'm not going to be covered in shit.
Nope. Nope. I can go wash my motherfucking mouth out.
I'll jump. I'd rather jump in the shit, bro. I'm sorry. That's just me. But hey, it was a good one. Go ahead, James.
Would you rather have sex with Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies, with the whole world watching on TV, or Would you rather have sex with, let me think of somebody beautiful, Margot Robbie, who played, you know who Margot Robbie is. Would you rather have sex with her, but Dennis Rodman gets to join it?
Well, it depends on what Dennis Rodman's going to do.
Hey, he's a freakzilla. He does whatever he wants.
Oh, shit.
He might just clap them cheeks for you, son.
I think with that situation, you're correct about him. I would probably have to do Granny. I'm not letting nobody, my assholes for exit only.
What do you think, old boy?
But there's always a chance that he won't do anything to you and just you guys double team her. So think about that. What if he doesn't touch you and he just double teams her? Then, so you never said the rules on this. So if he's not touching me, I'm cool with it. If he touches me, no, I'd rather do Granny. But that's why I'm saying if he's just there watching, I don't give a fuck. Because there's going to be people watching you fuck anyway. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter if people are going to see you do
Hey,
that.
just remember that Granny was way younger than what they made her out to look like, too, okay?
But he's talking about she's Granny. I'd probably rather whatever. I'll just take my chances with Rodman. Fuck it.
To me, that seems like an even more dangerous version of Russian roulette than with the dictator. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're wrong, brother, oh my God, that would not be fun. I think me and Granny are going to have a party. And I think everybody's going to have a ticket to watch. I think that's the way that's going to go. Even though Margot Robbie is unbelievably stunning, she is so beautiful, but it's not worth the risk. Not only is he a gigantic man, but also all the diseases that guy probably has. I mean, think about that. I mean, you're gonna get something Ajax ain't gonna take off. You ain't never gonna be right. So I think we'd have to be with Granny on this one.
Hey, I just spent too much on getting a hip replacement. I don't need to be getting anything else back there taken care of.
All right, so that is about the end of the show. This was a weird one, wasn't it? Like it was supposed to be like a fun little game, but whoever made this game was kind of weird because most of the questions were about poop. You know what I mean? Either poop or like milk for some reason. But there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, let us know down in the comment section what you thought. And if you want, answer some of these questions for yourself down in the comment section. That might be fun to see some of your responses. As always, up to you to make up your own minds, and we will catch you on the next one. But first, we got to do the shout outs. See, I'm old. I told you guys. I ain't playing. I'm old and tired. We'll start with Andy, then we'll go to old boy, shout outs, and then we'll wrap up. Go ahead, brother.
Well, one idea, man, is how about having people come up with their own and send it in to us to ask each other?
There you go.
We could ask the people to do that.
Yeah, do that. And we'll do a follow up show with everybody's ones they come up with.
Yep. But my shout out tonight, man, I want to give a shout out to everybody that listens to us, that tunes in, that, you know, has fun with us. A shout out to both of you guys, man. You know, just a big shout out, man. And this is like shouting at myself too a little bit, but a big shout out to people out here, man, that are trying to keep the peace and not allowing, you know, this hate that we're seeing that's like times 10 going on and not and keeping their cool. I've seen some things happen up this way that I don't know how people kept their composure, but you know, shout out to those people, and shout out to Steve Dills and Transcend Paranormal, because they are having and I'm part of the Hanover Tavern Paracon this weekend. It's an old Paracon and old tavern in Hanover that's been there since the 1700s. And each year, man, this event gives them money to continue to restore even other things that are on the property. So big shout out to the ones that are doing things for reasons like that. And shout out to my sons, both of them. They have been working hard this week. I have to give them credit. Big shout out to them.
Thank you, brother. I'm glad we did the show. It's kind of fun, so I hope everybody likes it. Comment in the sections in the video on Spotify or YouTube. We're gonna try to get on other platforms soon with this show, and trust me, it's coming. I want to give a shout out to both of you guys because we finally got to start doing the shows now because we're not sick anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed 2025, everyone. Just remember my book, Evil Without the Face, is out. You can get it on Kindle or you can get it on Amazon Prime for right now. I'm going to probably put it on Barnes & Noble and Audiobooks soon. If you guys like extreme horror and stuff like that and like Stephen King, you'll enjoy my book. I want to give a shout out to The Order, my wife, Tiger Bomb and Dragon for their fight coming up in the end of May, in Memorial Weekend. Let's go. It's going to be great. Probably going to be on pay-per-view. Give out the shout out to Celeste and Drunken Oracle Products. And I hope you guys all have a great night. Good night, motherfuckers.
Yeah, see, these two got sick. I didn't get sick because I'm not walking around licking whorehouse floors apparently like you two guys were to get those bugs to get you sick. I've been perfectly fine, but
You had the flu 3 weeks ago.
no, I didn't have no flu. You crazy? See, I think that flu you had messed up your memory.
That's because,
No, I can't
that's
get you
because
throwing up. I can't.
we work in public service. That's what the hell the reason why us two are.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I wasn't throwing up that day. I wasn't sick that day. I was just spending time on the toilet that day. I wasn't like throwing up. That's a whole different thing. And I think that's because I went back to carnivore diet again. And when you first start carnivore, like the first couple weeks, man, you ain't right. You know what I mean? Like, let's just put it that way. You ain't right for a little while, and just don't trust a fart in that situation. That's all I'm going to say. Is because it might end very badly for you until your body adjusts to that again. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been on a weird journey, man. For those of you who watch Staring, I get full medical workups every year, and I went in and my doctor basically said I was fixing to die, that I was about to have a heart attack and die and all this stuff, and then my heart was garbage and blah blah blah. Right? So he wanted me to change my diet and all that kind of stuff. So I went on like a completely vegan diet for a full year. And I'm a guy that loves to eat meat. Like I eat sausages and cheesesteaks and steak and burgers and like that's my stuff. I love meat and eggs and all that. But I went full vegan for a year and to get my like cholesterol down and all my numbers where they wanted them. And at the end of the year, my cholesterol and everything was back under control. But I was sick in all kinds of other ways. You know, it was terrible. Like when I first went vegan, I felt good for like the first month or two. I felt really good. And I thought, hey, I found the diet, man. This is the diet that's going to make everything great. I'm going to feel wonderful, you know, because I felt so good. But I think the reason I felt so good is because I also gave up all the cakes and the cookies and the sugars and the sodas and all that shit, right? So I went from having like the standard American junk diet to a whole food vegan diet. So anytime you're eating whole food, you feel better. But the problem with the vegan diet is you're malnourished all the time. You know, it's so difficult to get everything you need from a vegan diet. And the reason for that is because bioavailability of the nutrients. You know, yes, vegetables and fruit have a lot of nutrients in them. That's 100% true. A lot of vitamins and stuff like that. But the problem is the bioavailability of that. Most of what is in there, your body can't use. It's not using it. So it's going right into your toilet. You know, you're not actually benefiting from that. So after a year, I was sick in a bunch of other ways because of the vegan diet, and I was starving to death basically, and it was terrible. So I went from that to like a Mediterranean kind of diet for a while, and then just went back full carnivore again. Because full carnivore, I feel better than I've ever felt. I mean, I feel like I felt in high school again. I've lost weight. I feel great. I have so much stamina, so much strength back, and all my numbers are still good on my labs and everything. You know what I mean? So to me, that's the best diet that I could be on. I feel the best on it. So anyway, the reason I say all of that shit is because what old boy was talking about 3 weeks ago, I wasn't actually sick. I was going through what they call the keto flu, the carnivore flu, and basically that means you're just sitting on the toilet for a while during that time period. And I figured it wouldn't be a wise move to try to do the show and have to run to the toilet every couple minutes. You know what I mean? Because that's what was happening to me that night. So anyway, way more information than any of you needed or wanted, but now you got it. So you got to deal with it. You got to do something with that information. It's in your fucking brain now, and you can't get rid of it. Now you know it, and you'll never unknow it. So I'm sorry or thank you, depending on whether you enjoyed it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Love you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Till we speak to you again. Love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do we. Bye bye.